What's going on, guys? Winter Kills here. Welcome back to a brand new post-commentary duel video. We got Photon Galaxies versus DDD. Real quick, as always, the playmat we're using this video is the Millennium playmat from Imperium Duelist, and all of the sleeves we are using are from Imperium Duelist. Of course, they are sponsored by them. And if you guys like to pick anything up from the website, you can head down to the description below, check out those links, and use that code WinterKills10 off to save 10% on your next purchase. Without further ado, we'll get things started off here. DDD going to go first, and I know he put the contract to the graveyard, which he remembers to put back, just sort of thinking it as one of those cards you play, you go search it, you send it type of deal. I guess, you know, these things happen, these weird things. So normal summons Lamia to go into Link Karibu, because Link Karibu is a good stepping stone up into Wee Witch. Obviously, having those arrows is important. That dark contract will come back, I do promise. There it comes. And here he is going to use the effect of Ragnarok and the summon of Genghis, and that will revive Lamia, and then the effect of Genghis will trigger on the summon of Lamia to bring back that Necro Slime. Main purpose for that, obviously, is just link fodder, because you can't link Genghis and Link Karibu, unfortunately, for Wee Witch, because it does require 2 dark monsters. But instead, now he's going to go into the Gal Alexander, and then he's going to use Necro Slime here to summon out D-Arc, and that will trigger the effect of Alexander to summon out Lamia. Go into Crystal Wing here, and then the last effect he's going to use is the effect of Lamia from grave to send that contract to the grave now, as it should be, and synchro into the Siegfried Crystal. I can't speak. The Cursed King Siegfried, guys, my bad. And setting a 1-card face down. Now, of course, I'm playing Photon Galaxy, and the deck has many avenues of play, but playing against a possible set card like Called by the Grave, Crystal Wing, and Siegfried is very, very difficult. And it doesn't really help the fact that my hand really didn't pan out the way I'd expected to. Obviously, that's the Sanctuary gets negated, and then he negates the Vanisher. To be honest, it's always not the best to negate the first thing your opponent does, especially if you don't know what their deck does, but it just happened so in his case to work out the best for him because my hand was literally that bad. I guess under certain circumstances, if I would have been able to go first, I probably could have made a pretty decent board. But this matchup is sort of like a dice roll dependent matchup, because we're both decks that really want to go first and struggle going through a hand traps here and there, okay, but a board of negations like Crystal Wing and Siegfried and Call by is very tough to deal with, as opposed to just like an Ash or an Ogre here or there. That's one thing, but you know, dealing with a fully established board is a hard thing to sort of climb through, especially when, like, again, it's Siegfried, it's Crystal Wing, very, very hard cards to deal with for any deck. You see we get Thrasher Vanisher started here, and you see me go into Blast Dragon on summon, use that effect to summon a Photon monster from hand. A lot of times I find myself using Blast Dragon for that effect to get Galaxy Eyes on the field in order to link, so I can get, you know, Galaxy Eyes engrave, so I can use a card like Galaxy. Now here you see I return that Blast Dragon for later use, and I bring out the Galaxy Eyes, and cuts here because I wanted to double check if I wanted to make any other play. I actually was going to activate Trance, but I realized I don't play I only play Galaxy Cleric now. I don't play Galaxy Wizard at all, and to be honest, I don't miss the card. It's never been a big you know, cornerstone in the deck as of late with all the new stuff, and I think Galaxy Cleric is a good card to help you in the late game, and I'm just sort of experimenting now without playing Wizard at all and just playing Cleric instead. But it's unfortunate I opened up that one of Galaxy Target, and maybe in the future, if I keep noticing, you know, that effect, you know, opening the Galaxy card, unable to go for that Trance, you know, rank 4 play. Most time, granted, should be used for rank 8s, but sometimes you can use it for rank 4s. You know, maybe I'll add in that one of Wizard and play the one of Wizard, one of Cleric. But for right now, I think I'm alright without playing Wizard. It's just how I feel. Because I went to a tournament the other day, played one Wizard. I played against BA, Paleo, Orchist, beat all those decks, and did not miss the Wizard at all. Never used it once. Never wanted to search it. Never wanted to draw, etc., etc. But now for him. Obviously, during his draw phase, I used that number 90 to search Galaxy Eyes, so the Soul Flare is ready to go. He goes ahead and activates Necro Slime, and I go ahead and negate. I was going to wait for him to use, like, the Swirl Slime from hand, because that would have been a big thing to stop He does use Swirl Slime from Grave, though, to summon out Ragnarok, and he has no DDDs in Grave, so he can't use that effect on summon. He could go into a Link 2 here. Obviously, Ragnarok's no threat because there is no other DD card on his field for him to tribute to banish something. But he does go into Wee Witch, which can sort of be a bit of a threat to me, only because its ability to decrease the attack of all my monsters makes it a bit harder to go into Soul Flare. Same thing when playing against Sky Striker. Biggest issue is like a card like Shizuku dropping your attack points, so your Photon Sanctuary kind of becomes a little less useful. That's probably one of the biggest problems I've found against Sky Striker is the attack decrease is like really, really rough to go against. I believe he was thinking about taking back a play here. Obviously, that Swirl Slime should still be banished. Does set one, Blind, Allure. I do believe he drew into Soul Charge, which is unfortunate because there's literally just not that much in his graveyard to bring back at this point. And when he does go into battle phase, I do have that Galaxy Eyes in hand to destroy anyways. Perhaps just better to scoop it up and go into game 3 and get that chance to go first. Obviously, we're both sort of like going first stronghold decks that thrive off going first and making really strong boards going first, so can't really blame for that. Starts off with Desires. I am playing 2 hand traps in my deck. I'm playing 2 Effect Valor. Honestly, I'm glad I'm playing Valor because I found a lot of times that the fact that the hand traps that I play, if they're light, they actually do help out a lot. Obviously, they have their own uses, but they can also be discarded for cards like Galaxy Soldier, which are very helpful in some situations. But that Desires did draw him into some really good cards. You can see he has that Kepler, and then he has that Dark Contract coming down right underneath. And gonna go ahead and grab a Lamia here. And try to set up for a pretty decent play. Linking into Link Kuriboh. Putting that Kepler into the extra deck. But a lot of the times, pretty much the common play to go into with DDD, for me at least at the moment, is either just link 1 into that Link Kuriboh, or like immediately link 3 into something like a Summon Sorceress, or go into a Wee Witch to start your turn, depending on how well you open. But Link Kuriboh is one of the best ways to get the deck started. And I believe there's that Salomon Great Link 1 that's coming out that might find its way into this deck as well, because you can use it summoning with one like normal summon monster with 1,000 lesser attack. And I believe Invoked will be able to take advantage of that card as well, being a Link 1, which is pretty cool. So he does play that Ragnarok, and then he's going to use Swirl Slime Grave to summon Lamia from a hand, and going to use the Ragnarok effect here on the summon of Lamia. And he will take that 1,000 like he did last game, how he started out, pretty much similar. And going to link ahead into, not link I should say, but synchro into Gal Alexander. Getting started very similar as to last time. Just a little bit of a difference with cards. Wanting to use that Ragnarok earlier to get that other monster board to be able to link into that Link 2. It's very crucial to get to a Link 2 in these combos with DDD, because you're obviously going to want to end on more than just one extra deck monster, so very, very important. He does go into Crystal Wing here, but I do believe he ends up going into Siegfried instead, because the Siegfried would trigger the High King Genghis to be able to summon out that Lamia from Grave, or the Alexander, I should say. And then the Alexander on summon will activate, or not activate, but just give him that level 7 synchro, and then send the High Genghis to the grave to be able to summon out Lamia, and then finally synchroing into the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, ending on, again, Wee Witch, Crystal Wing, Siegfried, pretty standard for DDD at the moment. And again, negates the trade-in with the Siegfried, and my hand's a little better than it was in game 1. I have the normal summon Orbital again as well, which is really rough. And then I summon Vanisher, time to activate effect. It gets negated and destroyed. And it's just like, you know, I could have made a rank 4 first, but like it just literally does nothing. He has Monster Born, I have a Called By, and then he just negates with the Siegfried, and then it's game over from there because little old Orbital ain't gonna do a lot. Normal summons Copernicus, sends Necro Slime, getting a bit too ahead of himself, but I believe he goes into Decode first, using the Wee Witch and the Copernicus, but he does decide to foolish the Necro Slime with the Copernicus, get that extra fusion material in the grave, and then summoning that Decode Talker over there. Not only is it gaining attack from its Crystal Wing that it points to, but gaining attack from my Photon Orbital, bumping up to currently to 33, and we'll go up to 38 now, and then decides to go into Kali Yugi here. It's far overkill. He has Siegfried, has Crystal Wing, has that 3800 decode, and yeah, that ends up being it. Unfortunately, he ends up beating, I guess it's not unfortunate. I like DDD and Photon pretty much both equally. I might like Photon a little better, just because I think it's a little better, but this video obviously doesn't show that. I didn't open up too well in both games, and it's just, I think this is sort of like a dice roll matchup, if that makes any sense. Pretty much whoever wins the dice roll gets to go first. Wins game 1, loses game 2, wins game 3. I think this is how it's sort of how it'll go with these type of decks. Both very strong build-a-boards, and both decks are kind of very fragile when playing into boards with a lot of negation power. His deck the same going against mine, and my deck same going against his. And I did make a post in the YouTube community section yesterday talking about, and I posted a picture of all the decks that I currently own. I have like 8 decks to work with currently: Orchist, Fluffle, Photon, DDD, Mech Invoked, Mermail. The pictures in the community section if you guys want to see it. But all the decks that I have, and asked you guys if you want what matchups you want to see, and this is one of the ones that I saw requested a few times, so hope you guys enjoy. I might be posting a rematch later on, who knows, and we'll try to work out some of those matchups for you guys, because I'm just trying to make better content, because I feel like my videos, my dual videos could be a lot better. It's just, again, I don't have a locals to record at anymore, and it's just kind of hard to try to play every deck and have every deck featured on the channel and keep it fresh for you guys, because I know that can be an issue sometimes, and especially with deck profiles and test hands. I try not to bring the same thing over and over again, but understand I'm not made of money. I can't afford to buy every meta deck and cover every deck that comes out immediately, and I'm just rambling on at this point. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for all the support, much love, appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, Winterkill signing out. We'll see ya in the next one.